What's up, Comicbook.com? It's Speedy. I'm joined right now. This man doesn't need an introduction to our gaming audience, but I'm going to give him one. I'm just going to call him a legend, dude. It's Ninja, world champion gamer, like best known streamer in the world, dude. He is in the games. That's why we're doing this interview. We're promoting. He's been added to Raid Shadow Legends. He's just living the video gamer dream, dude. And thanks for taking the time to talk and chop some of this stuff up with me.
Dude, yeah, man, my pleasure, bud. Happy to find a nice little time that works, man. And dude, come on, bro.
Let's do
Raid Shadow Legends, man.
Dude, Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, listen, we're going to start right there. You're added to Raid Shadow Legends as a skin, but it's really it's its own legendary champion. It's got its own abilities. Like it's a whole character that is you. First of all, let's start. How did this opportunity come about? Where did this start?
So my team, I'm pretty sure like they reached out to us and they were interested in wondering if I'd have the champion in the game or whatever. And I was just like, wait, I'm like the Raid Shadow Legends, right? Like at first I was like Raid, like what? Like that's not the game that everyone memes the ads about, right? Because like the ads are just everywhere. And they're like, yeah, the one and only. So I was like, dude, yeah, let's like started the interview process. I met the guys. Once I met the team at Plarium, dude, it was over. Like they're just a great group of guys and girls who just love gaming. They understood and understand like pop culture. They 100% embrace the Raid Shadow Legends like ad meme. Like they like it's just great, like a good social content of team, like just to work with, man. So instantly once I met him, I was on a call with him for 30 minutes. I got off, I looked at Jess, I was like, we're doing this. So.
It's a wrap. It's an easy decision. That's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats. I mean, it's really cool. It seems like the reaction to this has been really positive too. So I dig it, man. And so when they're designing this character based on you, which just, I mean, it looks dope in itself, like the bow and arrow, it's got its own skills and ability. Like this is an RPG, obviously. So like it's got to be its own character and have its own personality through its moves too. Like, did you get to be involved in that process top to bottom and like pick moves, pick skills, pick abilities, like attributes and stuff like that? Like how much input did you have on that?
Yeah, they literally wanted me to be like, they wanted it to be me and exactly the way that I wanted the character to be. So when they basically made me a massive list of like all the stats, all the attributes, the type of, if he's going to be like a tank, mage, range, all that stuff. And they were like, pick what you want. And like, so yeah, I molded the character with the guidance of them as well. They threw the guidance of them. And, one thing I always loved so much when I was playing, so I love Dark Souls. I love the entire series. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. One of my favorite games ever in that genre, right? And what I thought of was like, there's always those characters like the ninja samurai characters with like the massive bows, right? Just like the big massive, they're like 3 times the size of the. I was like, dude, I'm like, how cool would that be to have like my weapon look like that? So that's where we got that from. And yeah, man, it was awesome. Super cool to make.
That sounds like just the best experience. Like, I mean,
it was dope.
That's epic. I mean, listen, you've been in Fortnite and Fall Guys and now Raid. Is there still a wish list? Have you checked every box of games you want to be in?
Pokemon Go in some way. I would love to just be, I don't want to be in the game, but like if I could, somehow be involved and do something with Pokemon Go. I love Niantic and I love that game. And it's a way that I play with my brothers across the world. Whenever I'm traveling, I invite them to raids. I play with, my wife everywhere we go. I connect with my friends from home that, I grew up with through that game. I meet new people through the game, and it's really cool to just like, I drive around through my town, hitting Pokestops and people know, right? Because there's a massive amount of Pokestops. So like in the middle of the night or in the morning, when I see someone doing the same thing, like they'll like roll up and they'll be like, yeah, mate, you play Pokemon Go? I'm like, yeah. And they don't know who I am. It's like, yo, can I add you? Like, let's raid. And I was like, sure. So, being able to connect like that as well is really dope.
Dude, I remember the Pokemon Go phenomenon when it first burst out, and it was like you just be walking around and you'd see people on your phone. You're like, you're doing the same thing I am. Are we friends now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, dude. It's just like that instant connection where it's just like,
yeah,
you're doing the thing, like spinning the stops. Like I'm spinning the stops.
Yeah, that was dope. Dude, and that kind of game's gone through a lot of evolutions through all of its updates. What do you think of where it's at right now?
It's done such a massive growth. So I think that they made an announcement that during COVID, like their numbers like quintupled, right? In terms of how much money they were making, because everyone was just at home playing and they needed more mobile games, right? The same thing, like Raid just absolutely blowing up. And I think they're finally now starting to like actually properly reinvest into the game. You know, they've done, I think they're on like their 6th gen of Pokemon they're adding in now. And also the updates with raids is pretty dope. So like they're just, there's just nice quality of life things that you really hope that all games add as their game becomes more popular, right? So
I'm going to put you on the spot, and this is one that our editor, Jim Viscardi, demanded I ask you. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Maybe you've already said this. I don't know.
All right, dude, right here. Boom. Suicune. So this is
a
one of one misprint Suicune that is like, I think it's a PSA 10. So it's like rated as like a top card, and it's like, it's worth a lot. And Jess got it free for our birthday. So
just do us all a favor and don't put it on a necklace. Like, don't waste it by putting it.
I think that if there's one thing I would never do is flex that and put it around my neck.
Yeah.
That it's a collector's item. It belongs like in a room to be, you know, cherished, not.
Yeah. Handle that with care and respect. Yep. But anyway, I want to hear about your 2020, man, because I'm curious. Like, obviously, you know, I mean, you're working from home, and your job is your studio and everything for the most part. But it did, like, things change for everybody. Like, did you see engagement peaks as more people were home with access to having, Twitch open or the Mixer run and stuff like did the pandemic influence or impact your plans in any way?
Definitely impacted my plans. Didn't really see too much of like of an increase in like, you know, viewers across the board. I think that's just coming as like the platforms are growing. It was because it wasn't like a massive, like once COVID hit and everyone started staying home, like nobody's viewers just like skyrocketed. Like it was like a slow increase. I think as people just started to discover that, you know, I guess streaming was the thing. As for Mixer, it didn't really do much at all for the viewers over there at the beginning of it. And, you know, when I was streaming, I think I was streaming like 300 hours a month on Mixer, which is like, dude, yeah, I was like, so it wasn't for lack of want. I really wanted that platform to succeed, but things just didn't work out. Of course, they just, you know, we know the story there. But for like what Jess and I were doing at home, I mean, yeah, we stopped traveling, right? So we stopped going to events, and because literally everything was canceled. And there were even some stuff like opportunities that we were getting for like recordings or, you know, for voice acting or like little commercial roles and things like that. And we didn't want to go anywhere. We didn't want to travel. We didn't want to fly. We didn't want, you know, not until we were vaccinated or not until like just things were starting to calm down as like a lot of the places that they want us to go, like LA, California, you know, Florida, New York, like those places were like hotspots. And so a lot of the companies were actually really accommodating, sending us, you know, kits to record things on. And we were able to set up a lot of stuff at home. So, I mean, really, like we did as much as we possibly could to keep things moving and to continue to like branch out just safely, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I feel like obviously your career has been a lot of years in the making, but I feel like there was kind of like a pop like a few years ago where things just took off. And then that snowball just really like it just kept going. And like you just said, like you were doing 300 hours a month and you're going to events, like under normal circumstances, you're traveling around, you're streaming. Do you ever feel burnout from it all? Like, do you ever kind of be like,
I think every streamer feels burnout no matter what, especially like whether you made it or not. Like if you're putting those hours in, you're always going to be exhausted, and there's going to be times where you feel overwhelmed, and then there's that daunting feeling of that sense of like I always need to be live because you think of my viewers, my subscribers, like they want. So all that combined, yeah, it can be pretty overwhelming sometimes. For me right now, I'm just kind of struggling with like I don't want to be stream sniped, man. I know I talk about that a lot. And you know, people, it's like a meme to complain about it now, but like, I mean, everyone is dealing with it now, even small content creators and small streamers. And it's one thing that is like, I don't want to deal with it anymore when I play video games. Like, I just want to enjoy video games. I just want to have fun, right? I want to play with my friends. I want to be able to do and stream what I want and not have to worry about like someone trying to like, you know, kill me for clout or like, just, it's very frustrating. So that's one thing that's just, you know, probably the most affecting of my stream now. over the last 10 years, right? It's evolved. It's gotten a little rampant in the last like 2 years. As like, you know, people are doing it for clout. And there's this one guy who was hacking in Warzone doing this like stun glitch. And like this guy just his content is he like stream snipes streamers and just flashbangs them for like 45 seconds and then uploads a TikTok of their reaction when they're live. And it's like, dude, it's just, it's like the new paparazzi.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. It is the perfect way to put it, is the new paparazzi, bro. It's like, let me go and get my coffee. Let me do this. Let me enjoy like my life. Let me enjoy gaming. And it's like, here's a person who's like, oh, dude, I'm going to get clicks for this. I'm going to get a video here. Like, I'm going to just like, they unwantingly insert themselves into your life and ruin your fucking day.
It's like if paparazzi was like showing up on a film set or like at work, you know what I mean? Like it's like paparazzi just inserting themselves and interfering with, that's heavy as the head, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But that sounds like a pain in the ass.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's tough to figure out a way to combat that. But I remember when you went back to Twitch, one of the things you said was how Twitch, like you feel like Twitch is where that you can kind of further your career goals. Like they align with what you're trying to accomplish. I love to hear like what are like some of those goals and what are some of the ways Twitch complements that?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to think about that for just like a second because I have that was honestly, it was so first off, they gave me like compared to what I had on Mixer, I can't really talk specific like numbers, but like the requirement, the requirements for like time for streaming was like low, was not as high as Mixers, which was like kind of nice. So I could continue to like go out and do films and commercials and do appearances, especially when we were making this the re-signing, we had the timeline of like COVID kind of being under control and being vaccinated. So we wanted to make sure that I was able to go and do other things outside of streaming, outside of gaming. So being aligned with Twitch is in the sense that I can go out and continue to further my career without just being at home streaming 300 hours, 200 hours a month.
Yeah, but I think I'm rooting for you guys over there to hopefully they get some of those guidelines and stuff worked out. But yeah.
I definitely, I mean, I think that Twitch needs to figure out soon and like where like they're like where they want to be like with their voice kind of, right? Like, cause they're, the whole, it's a lot of, it's very interesting what the platform is accepting and becoming. And I think that, we just have to make sure that as long as everyone is doing things, how do I word this? I just want it to be, carefully. I just want things to be fair. I want people to be treated the same, big content creators, small content creators. There shouldn't be any leniency just because of, if you have a deal or whatnot. So, I mean, Twitch needs to make money. That's one thing that, and when Amazon came in, it's like, you can't just make money off of subscriptions. Like the subscription base, it's ad revenue. Ad revenue is always the way to make money for any platform, any company, really. So, I honestly, man, I just want Twitch to make money as a like. So, however they do it, as long as it's like keep the etiquette up, right? Keep the respect of the platform up. But like they deserve it, man. Like every single content creator, the amount of careers that have been made because we've been able to stream on Justin TV and on Twitch. It's it's hundreds of thousands of people, right? And then millions of viewers whose lives have changed as well from the content creators that they've been watching. So like Twitch, if I just want them to, they're due is a word. I guess I'll say they're due.
I feel like a lot of these new, like these platforms that erupt very quickly. Like, I mean, you see it on TikTok too. Like there's just like transparency and consistency and stuff that, could be beneficial for people but it also creates a platform a lot of people get to blow up on and build careers off of. Right.
It's some give and some take, right? And
yeah,
I think that they're getting better at it. I can't remember. I don't really remember the last time that someone was like wrongfully punished, right? I feel like that's kind of died down a lot. The people who are making mistakes and breaking the guidelines are being dealt with, and they're accordingly. So. Let's get those stream snipers snipes next. Get him out of here, dude. Get him out.
Dude, I remember, I feel like one of the biggest moments for you on Twitch was when you had Drake on the stream. Like, I remember that was everywhere. That was like peak Fortnite. It was like peak streams, like for everybody across the board. And I mean, you've had a ton of like just big names come on there with you. Do you have? I talked about a wish list earlier for games you appear in. Do you have a wish list of celebs or whether they're actors, other streamers, rappers, musicians, athletes, anybody who you want to have on there still?
There's really not like a list of people that I want to go down and just,
right
off a list. I'll play with anybody who, I'm a fan of that genuinely wants to play with me. Like it's very, that world of like, oh, I don't want to play with someone for content just to play with that person.
Right.
Like I think it's kind of fake. If I like the person, if I listen to the music, if I'm a fan of them, like I'm dude, absolutely. And of course, if they're like, yeah, dude, I want to play, like I'm down. I'm always down for a collab. But I don't want to use people or just to be like, oh man, I would love to play with this person. And then like their team hits them up and they're like, it would be a really cool opportunity for you. And then they're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it just to do it, but not to do it because they want to play the game or play with me. Does that make sense?
Right. Listen, if you wanted to squat up, you could have just asked. Okay. Like I'm ready.
Dude, always. No, dude, always, man. Straight up. Dude,
I'm just messing, dude.
Oh, I got you.
I'm just messing. No, that's pretty cool, man. Dude, I've run into this moment myself a couple of times where it's like you bring a friend on and it's like, oh, this is tough. How do you break it to your friends, like the people like in your real, like in life that personally, like maybe this isn't where we're gonna spend our time together.
Maybe this isn't for you. Yeah, dude. I'll say it. So Diplo was one person I absolutely loved. He absolutely loved the game. I loved him. He wanted to play the game, so we did it. And like, dude, I had a blast. But it was a little tough. It was a little tough carrying the guy. He was always on some setup that, flying across the country as well. So it was always like a, random setup that he tried to get done a lot, just to do it, which I respected because he's definitely a gamer. But yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, Dip, man, we can hang out a lot whenever you want, man. But like, man, we don't have to play that much Fortnite. There are some guys that just, they want to play the game, and that's all that matters. Is like, if you want to play the game, even if you're not good, that's fine. Let's do it. But like, yeah, there are
some of us try our best. I imagine I'm better than him. But sometimes
he got to a point where he was good, like where he was actually like really holding his own. But it was like the first time was, of course, everyone's first time is usually a little rough. And then we played again like a couple times in the middle, throughout like the 2-3 years of Fortnite, like just my grinding. And then the last time we played, I think it was like, it's another like little mini rough session. But he was also in Europe, man. So there's latency issues. It's all crazy, bro. That's
a tough scene. Well, listen, I'm going to bring this full circle. Come back to Raid Shadow Legends. Your character is available for the next 3 months. What do you want people to experience when they get that character? And are you going to be on the stream with them for a while, showing them off?
Yeah, man. So it's available on the 16th, on July 16th, and I will be streaming on July 19th, doing like an hour and a half long session, just showing off the character, playing it off. And dude, I just want people to enjoy the character, man. Same way that my ninja skin was added into Fortnite. That was just a ninja skin. Like, it doesn't really change much, but you can actually, this guy's a legendary champion. We made sure, the boys at Raid make sure he's very strong, right? So he's not overpowered by any means, but I think he's like the top like legendary character. He's going to be up there, and he's going to be a sick, disgusting, champion to have in your pool, man, when you're doing raids. So just enjoy it, man. And I just can't wait to show it off.
I can tell you're fired up, man. That's dope. Congrats on it. Well, listen, dude, good luck with everything coming up, and enjoy this run with Raid. And I'm looking forward to watching you play as yourself for a while.
Hey, let's go, bro. Thank you, man.
I appreciate y'all.